皆さんこんにちは、アリーです。Hi everyone, my name is Ali. Welcome back to the channel. 今日はですね、今年の最初の勉強のまとめの動画になります。Yay! That's right, you guys. Today, as you saw in the title of the video, we're doing my first study recap of the year. There was no study recap last month because, as I told you in one of my previous videos, this year I want to change things up a little bit, and because last year we did a study recap every single month of the year, I felt that this year we would do recaps a bit less often so that I have more things to talk about since more time will have passed in between the study recaps. So every 2 months I think is a good pace because this way I won't accumulate too many things to tell you guys, too many updates, and at the same time it's a good way for you guys to still, track your own study progress this year regularly as I post those videos on the channel, because I know that a lot of you guys actually are looking forward to those study recaps to do exactly that. So anyways, let's get started because today we've got a lot to cover. So if I were you guys, I would grab a drink and a snack because it's gonna take a while. Alright, so guys, let me first show you again what my study goals list looks like, because this year I've got a lot to cover. I've presented you this study goals list in my 2025 study goals video, study objectives video. So if you want the details of that list, please go and watch that one. I think it's a nice introduction to, understand what I am focusing on this year. So far this hasn't changed for the most part. I'm still following this list and I'm still, going through the objectives one by one. And so you can also see the categories of today's video. And so let's dive straight into my language study recap. So far in 2025, I have studied both Japanese and Chinese quite intensively for both languages, in fact, and I still haven't resumed my studies of Russian, so that's why it's not on the list. For now, Russian is on the back burner, but I will get back to this language, don't worry, at some point. So for Japanese, this is where I am with my yearly goals. So you can see the recap of what I've done so far during the first 2 months of the year. So the only skills I haven't been working on yet are my kanji skills, but it's coming, guys. I will definitely resume my kanji study a bit later down the line, but definitely this year. First thing that I've been focusing on has been written Japanese. I am done with my first essay of the year. That dissertation was on language education and specifically in Japan. So Japanese language education, in fact, policies and reform, the need for reform. So that was really interesting to do. And then the second essay that I'm halfway done with is on second language acquisition. It's been going well, but I'm halfway through, so I'm still not done with essay number 2. Hopefully I'm gonna pick up pace later down the line. Then I'm still for written Japanese. I've been going through this textbook, which is よくわかる日本語能力試験 NH 合格テキスト読解. So this is a textbook supposed to help you with your reading comprehension for N1 level, specifically for the GLPT. And so this textbook has been greatly helping me on my written skills, actually, because even though it's meant for reading skills, since I'm okay with my Japanese reading skills, I have slightly diverted its purpose, the purpose of this textbook, towards, helping me improve my own sentences. And it's been working super great, actually. I really like this textbook. Then the second topic I've been focusing on for my Japanese have been my speaking skills. So essentially what I'm doing here is that whenever I'm watching something or talking to someone, I'm still analyzing their sentences, in order to speak better myself. At the moment, I'm doing listening immersion practice at least 3 times a week, so it is quite intensive, and I've been doing that since the beginning of the year. And, doing that very consistently has greatly helped me improve my spoken Japanese. So I do feel it already. I do feel that, all the work I've done last year and the work that I've been doing this year towards this, improving my spoken Japanese has paid off already. However, I currently don't have like a concrete way of showing that to you guys, so I'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on my spoken Japanese, and then whenever I have like sort of a breakthrough, we'll talk about it again. But just so you know, I'm still doing whatever I can, to improve my spoken Japanese as well. And also one other thing, I'm still doing my reading aloud practice whenever I'm reading and I can do it. And of course, this is helping me a lot as well with my sentence structure and also with my diction, with my pronunciation of the language. Then on my reading skills, I've been focusing a lot as well on my reading skills. So I've been reading a ton of fiction since the beginning of the year, and I actually have a couple of focused reading vlogs coming up on the channel very soon. I'm definitely on a good roll with my Japanese fiction reading at the moment. I've also been reading quite a bit of non-fiction, so a lot from this book on education, which I've been loving, and I'm really going through it very slowly to take it in entirely, because the topic really interests me and I want to be able to talk about those topics in Japanese. So I've been working towards that, and so reading the book, taking notes from the book, and doing supplementary research based off the things that are presented in the book are things that I do at least during one session per week. And so yeah, it's a slow pace, but at the same time it's a steady pace, so I'm happy with that. And then lastly, I've been working on my vocab, my Japanese vocab acquisition, and there is an entire video that is going to come up on the channel very soon as I'm done with a particular challenge that I'm going through regarding my Japanese vocab. So you'll see that very soon, don't worry. That'll be one of the next 2 videos I think that come up on the channel. So I hope you'll enjoy that, and I hope it will give you motivation to study vocab yourself. Just based off of this challenge, I have put in at least 20 hours of studying only for my Japanese vocab, and already I can see the improvements. And then finally, so for my challenge goal of the year, which is to finish the 5 N1 level resources that I still own. So I'm still working my way through the resource number 1, which is Yoku wa karu and Ichidokkai, which we've just talked about. And then I'll have 4 more to go through. So this is, going well. This challenge goal, I'm still working on it. Alright, so for Chinese now, this is the recap of my yearly goals and what I've been working on so far. Here are the details of what I've studied so far for Mandarin this year. I've been working a lot on my sentence structure in Chinese, and I've done that thanks to the help of my tutor, first thing. So the tutor that I've got on Cafe Talk, and I meet with her at least for 1 hour every single week. So last year it was only 30 minutes per week. This year I have increased the duration to an hour, and then sometimes we do a 2-hour session, so still once per week. Then the second thing that's been helping me with my sentence structure is the current textbook that I'm going through at the moment, which is my HSK 3 textbook. There are textbook-like lessons in there, but at the end of each lesson there are lots of exercises to go through, so I'm really focusing on the exercise part, in fact. And those questions, the HSK 3 level questions, are the right level for me right now, and those sentences are the ones that I need to work on. I need to work on being able to actually make them myself, which at the moment I'm not able to do. And then finally, the last practice, that's been helping me with my sentence structure studying is my writing practice. So I do at least 1 session of writing practice in Mandarin Chinese every single week. So essentially, as you can see, every time I sit to actively study Mandarin Chinese these days, I focus on sentence structure because it's the #1 thing that I need to master right now. I'm waiting to have the breakthrough, which at the moment is not there. I know it's not there for the simple reason that I still need a bit of processing time whenever I see something written in Chinese. I still need to understand the sentence structure, unless they're very simple. I don't understand sentences at first glance. I'm working my way towards that point. Then the second thing I've been working on is my spoken Chinese. So I've been speaking with my tutor more and more. I'm still not able to make complete sentences, but we're working on, my pronunciation of vocab words and of simple sentences that she gives me. Also, I've been doing a lot of listening immersion in Chinese, so 3 times a week. And this is of course helping me a lot with my own pronunciation. And then finally, I'm doing at least 3 study sessions on Hello Chinese every single week. And so so on Hello Chinese, when you go through the exercises, you also have pronunciation exercises, and this is helping me a lot as well with my spoken Chinese, of course. So I'm getting better at my tones. I'm getting a bit worse at recognizing the tones though, if they're not given to me and I need to understand which tone is spoken. So I still need to, you know, work on that a little bit. This is still not mastered for me, but at least when I speak myself, I can tell the difference a bit more than before. So I'm definitely improving, but you know how it is. At this level, I know that it's going to be a lot of back and forth between what I study, what I can do momentarily, and then if I don't study it for a while and if I don't focus on it for a while, then I fall back a little bit in terms of level. So this is completely normal. I know it's normal because I've been through that with Japanese, so I'm not panicking at all. Then I've been working on my written Chinese skills, so really making sentences that make sense in written form. And so I've been, like I said earlier, I've been sitting down to write in Mandarin Chinese at least once every week. And so what I do during those writing practice sessions is that I translate sentences from English to Chinese. And this has been a great exercise for me to do, and it's been helping me a lot on a lot of different aspects. And then lastly, with Mandarin Chinese, I've been focusing on vocab acquisition, of course, naturally, thanks to the help of my tutor, the current textbook I'm going through, my listening immersion practice sessions, my Hello Chinese study sessions, and my writing practice weekly sessions. I have been steadily learning new vocab words and reinforcing my knowledge of vocab words that I have previously learned. So of course, this is helping me acquiring new words. And then for my challenge goal of the year with Mandarin Chinese, so like I said, this is my listening immersion practice, which I need to do 3 times a week. So this has been mostly completed so far, every single week. And then I've added another challenge goal, which is to do a study session 3 times a week on the Hello Chinese app. So if I were to, you know, say a word to conclude about my language studying so far in 2025, I feel pretty good about it because I have actually increased the amount of studying I do with both languages that I'm studying at the moment, and I've seen quite a lot of improvements as well. I've had quite a few breakthroughs both with Japanese and Chinese. However, the one thing that's like kind of a, you know, a dark point in the picture is that I wish I would spend more time studying with my textbooks, because I do want to go through all of the textbooks that I own, because they're like cluttering my life, cluttering my mind as well. And I really don't like the feeling, so I would like to be done with them and to be able to get rid of them as soon as possible. So that's the only thing that I'm not very happy about. Other than that, I'm very happy with the progress that I'm making so far. And I think that I realized this the other day, but I think that the one word that could sum up the way I am studying my languages this year is practicality. Like, I'm being the most practical I can be. I'm learning vocab words that I actually want to know. I am making sentences that I actually want to be able to say in real life. I am studying exactly what I want to be able to say and understand in the language. Also, I didn't say anything for this whole time since we've started the video, but if you hear a little lisp as I talk, it's because I've just gotten my last dental surgery and I've just gotten my last wisdom tooth removed. Yes, I'm finally free from my wisdom teeth. So if you hear anything weird in my English pronunciation today, that's probably it, aside from my accent, of course. So, online courses. So guys, I have been studying like crazy for my online courses because I realized that there are a lot more courses that I want to go through. So if I want to get through those courses, I need to get on with it and, like, you know, really increase the speed at which I go through my courses. So anyway, so the first update is that I finished finally my Miracles of Human Language Introduction to Linguistics course on the COURSERA platform. platform. So here is my review, because I promised you guys a review on this course. So there are some good points and bad points. Let's start with the good points first. There is a good range of topics in this course that cover formal linguistics, which is what I was primarily after, because I needed more knowledge about formal linguistics since I had zero knowledge before going through this course. And then you have two modules that are more focused on applied linguistics. Then the assignments of the course, so there are assignments at the end of each module, were actually at a very good level of difficulty. Like, they were quite hard, to be honest with you, and you really needed to think and research stuff to be able to answer. So definitely the level of difficulty was higher than the level of difficulty of the courses that I've gone through on the Future Learn platform. So the last good point was that there were lots of interviews in each of the modules. There were interviews with actual researchers about the topic of the module, and they were here to present their research interests, of course. And specifically, there was one interview with Professor Noam Chomsky, and that was the highlight of the course, really, because this man is a legend, and just the fact that they were able to have him being interviewed for the course made the course entirely worth it. Right, now for the bad points, the course is a bit old. The original course was, I believe, made more than 10 years ago, which is quite a long time ago, and you can definitely see it in the video production aspect, because the videos of the course are definitely a bit old looking. And then the second bad point was that the course offers actually very, very superficial knowledge. It's really not a deep dive kind of course. It's only an introductory course on some aspects of linguistics, so it's not comprehensive. And if you want to go through the course, just know that in advance and don't expect something comprehensive, because it's not. Once I was done with the course, I actually started recapping everything that I'd seen in the course, and I started testing myself via lots of quizzes, especially on formal linguistics, by myself, and supplemental research as well. So on my own, I've been looking through all of the research papers that I had accumulated for the past few months before starting my courses. So now I can understand them a lot better thanks to the courses that I went through. I'm very happy about that. So I'm deepening my knowledge by myself. And then right after finishing Miracles of Human Language, I actually started on a Yale University course, still on the COURSERA platform. And this one is on psychology. And I'm super happy to finally be able to study psychology properly, because this is a topic that really interests me, has always interested me for the longest time. This feels like a very full circle moment for me, especially since the introductory chapters were on the science of the brain, which I love, and then on Freud. And I was reading Freud when I was still a high school student, so I have been intrigued by him and his research for quite some time in my life. So finally being able to see a proper course about these topics, and especially offered by Yale University, seems like a dream come true, to be honest with you. So for my reading goals, guys, I successfully reintroduced English books in my reading habit, in my reading routine. So far, I have managed to read exactly 15 books, which means that I actually already completed the objective that I had for the year, to read at least 15 books in English. So from now on, everything that I read will be bonus. And then for my second goal, which is to go through my Japanese TBR as much as possible, well, I mean, I've done it a bit, but I won't lie to you guys, I have purchased new books in the meantime. So I've also been going through those books and reading them, the new books that I've purchased. So to be very honest with you guys, I really need to be careful there and actually go through my physical TBR, because I have so many books on my bookshelf right now. I just need to go through those books. So that was my last update for today's video. That has been my entire first recap video of the year. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to let me know what you guys have been up to for the first 2 months of the year and what your goals are from now on until the next recap, then please let me know in the comments below as usual. And as for me, I will see you in my next video on the channel very, very soon. それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。またね。I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight.
I'ma show